Hello everybody, Zeff here with ZeffsTrading. Hope you guys are doing well today, July 16th, 2024. This will be our chart lesson for the day of the ES futures on the 2000 tick chart. Interesting day, broke the previous day's high, sold off, basically touched it and then sold off. Overall, you got like this spike channel, you got your break and new high, so I mean, pretty standard, nothing too crazy. Daily chart, still bullish. People still buying, so we'll see what happens. A lot of things in the news, a lot of information going on, but we'll trade accordingly based on what the price action says. That being said, got here a little late today, so only took one trade, and I'll go over that. But during the pre-market session here, we had a really nice first entry, second entry long right here of this first break of this basically spike and channel right here, as we can see within a bigger channel that's happening, but prices above the 21 EMA here. A lot of good context going on, and that's a great signal bar, so I think you should take that trade with plenty of room to the previous swing highs if you choose that one or that one, and you definitely got it. You do have a 1, 2, 3 triple test here. Overall, I think this is an okay trade to take. You don't have a ton of room, so you're pretty much just betting that it's going to go down to this major double bottom here, which eventually it does. It's also a first entry, second entry short, so you have a few things going on here for context wise, which I actually enjoy, of the 1, 2, 3 triple test and first entry, second entry short. Okay, that being said, as it sells off here, you do get a first entry, second entry long failure. And I think this trade is actually quite nice. It really shows the rejection of price attempting to go higher twice, and a great signal bar closing on its low. And I think this is only 7 ticks here. So perfect for our risk parameters and going for our 8 tick stop, and leads to a pretty decent win here. And you have plenty of room to the previous swing low here of over 10 ticks. Okay, that being said, as it sells off here in this tight bear channel, price is being rejected off the 21 EMA. We are down. We do have a break here, and this is a really nice first entry, second entry short of the first break of a major trend channel. So overall, very nice play here. Good second entry short, plenty of room to the lows here of, let's see here, 10 ticks. So you definitely could have got your 8 ticks there. And then after that, you do get a first entry, second entry long, double bottom. You can maybe look at this as a triple test too. It is bouncing off the trend channel, the bigger bullish trend channel that we see here. This one's tempting to take. I don't think this is a great signal bar here. I think you should wait for maybe a higher low, but you never get it. Then anyways, it makes its way a little higher up here, sells off, and then you can kind of see it starting to make higher lows, higher lows. You do get a first entry, second entry short. This one you really don't want to take here. Nothing that I see is a high probability setup. But then you do get a move going back in the direction of the bulls taking control, and you get a nice first entry, second entry long on this first break of the channel, which is pretty picture perfect in my opinion. Good signal bar. It's a little sideways here, but you do have room for those 8 ticks. So that's a good second entry long right there. It gets its move up, it breaks, new high, and then we get another first entry, second entry long failure. And this one's quite interesting here. This is where you do want to see a failure after you already have your break and new high. So when you do have a first entry, second entry long, outside bar closing on its low here, this is basically a rejection and bears are in control. Leads to a pretty good reversal. In this case, just led down to the trend channel, but overall, I think this isn't too bad of a trade, especially if you can get in with a limit order here. This thing is 9 ticks, so maybe if you got a couple limit orders back and you got a stop of like 7 to 6 ticks, it would be pretty good. Okay, that making it bottoming out here, kind of making, again, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we know this thing is trending higher. We're making higher highs, and then it starts to get a really nice tight bear bull channel that goes up, sells off. Then again, kind of just this repeat pattern thing happening here with a first entry, second entry long, failure. And this one right here, let me zoom in. This thing's only 4 ticks here. This is a very nice first entry, second entry long failure. Low risk trade. leads to a pretty big runner too, especially if you are trading multiple contracts. So I think that's a good trade right there. So we finally do get the break of this bigger channel, and then we have this bearish channel as well. Again, I don't see anything in here that I want to get in. It just basically leads to a trading range. You can see how choppy price action gets. Accordingly to this, I mean, there is a few things in here that you might argue, but in my opinion, I just don't see anything that I would want to take. Then eventually you do get this move up. You get your break. I see this nice lower high here, and this has plenty of room to the lows of the EMA. So I think this one is a pretty good example of a lower high. You're at the top of the trading range here that is established. So good trade right there. You then get to move down. You get your break. Again, just find support. I mean, you could be drawing your trading range is here. I mean, that you can draw them everywhere, but especially here, this was quite congested. And you're just sitting through this, just waiting for something to basically play out that looks better. Prices above EMA, below EMA. Nothing that I see here is that I want to get into. Then, as we're coming in on closing for the day, we have a nice finish of a bullish move working its way higher here and higher and higher. This one's pretty interesting because it would be a first entry, second entry short failure. I mean, it's tried to sell off multiple times here. Maybe you get in. It's kind of tough to say. I would say, if anything, you might get in on this one. First entry, second entry long, and then first entry, second entry short failure. Again, you really got to know what you're doing there. This is the first break. That's the only also reason that I'm looking for it. So maybe you take that one. Again, you're going right into the swing high here. You are expecting a new high of the break of the channel, but overall it's a little congested. It just doesn't look very good, so I'd probably stay away if you don't know what you're doing. Nonetheless, you get a move up, break low. It finds support again at the previous swing low here, as we can see multiple times. You do have a touch once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Again, you're just trading and you're buying the lows, you're selling the highs. And this thing is quite congested, as you can see. But I also saw it as a first entry, second entry long as well. So I thought this was actually a pretty decent setup. Looking back at it, the signal bar is not too bad. It's not closing on its high. Maybe your signal bar was better. Overall, context-wise, you can expect at least a move up. And this is definitely within risk parameter of 2 points. And you can also get 2 points. So this is, in my opinion, at least a 60% trade to the upside. And it does work out here. Okay, that being said, makes its way up, sells off again, trading range, and then the last 10 minutes of the day is unfortunately just when I could have gotten here and basically was trading at the end of the day. Overall, I was looking for something that I thought was at least somewhat high probability, and from past experience, I know usually they try to rally this thing at least the last 10 to 15 minutes of the day, and that's pretty much what happens here. I mean, you do have this move up, the break, and looking for the new high here. So basically, as I was watching this unfold, I just saw this huge bullish move up. I saw it sell off once, twice. I was like, a bunch of people are probably going to be trying to sell the second entry short. And then that's when I saw this great signal bar, 6 ticks. My stop was 7. Went for 2 points here, just trapping those short traders. And that is exactly what I wanted to do. Trap the short traders, get a quick scalp. And that's what I did. So first entry, second entry short failure. Really like that trade. It's the only trade I took on the day. And then for the rest of the time, it sold off. You do get this like double top here. And maybe you could argue for a first entry, second entry long, and it fails. But overall, you just don't want to be trading really at, there's only 3 or 4 minutes left at the end of the day. This was 10 minutes. I clearly saw some really good context here with bulls just rallying this higher and higher and higher and capitalized on trapping the short traders. So that's the trade I took for today. That's the chart review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Overall, not too bad of a trading day. Actually, some pretty good trades in there. Starting off this week, pretty decent. Let me know how your guys' trades were in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.